Ooh, baby, check it out. Welcome to your Traeger grill. Don't be grilling in your garage. It's not recommended by Traeger. Pellet level low. Live action here. Mooch Lifers! Welcome back. We've got the Traeger Ironwood 885 here. We're gonna season it, go over the Wi-Fi technology, download the Traeger app, get ready to have some fun on the food playlist right here on Mooch Life. Let's get to it. It'll just be easier to probably just go like this. Oh. Alright guys, so what I want to do first here is just continue and take off all of our plastic signage, our tape, so that we can actually start using this grill. That's kind of a poster. I wrinkled it, but this is like the temperature sensor, I'm pretty sure. Make sure you take that off before you start grilling. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and download the Traeger app on my phone. I can't download the app while I'm screen recording, so we're just gonna have to film it with the camera. Let's open it for the first time. Ooh, look at that smoky background. Sign up. Let's see what else it says. Wi-Fi, you can adjust the grill temps, monitor your cooks, set timers and alerts. 1,600 wood-fired recipes. Everything from barbecue to gourmet dishes, wild game and smoky cocktails. Sign up. Alright, we'll go like this. It's asking me if I have any allergies. No. Are you following or interested in a specific diet? No. We'll keep your skill level in mind when dishing out new content. Backyard bench warmer. Unless it's hot dogs, I usually let someone else handle the grill. Best on the block. My friends and family love my ribs. I can also confidently follow a recipe and know a few of my favorites by heart. Or Hall of Flame, born to cook with fire. Give me a random bag of ingredients and I'll just figure out how to make something that tastes amazing. I don't know. So I'll go to the middle one. I don't want to be arrogant. 0 grills, 0 following, 0 saved. So this app, as you can tell up top here, it's showing you that you can save your recipes, how you want to set up your grill to smoke and for how long, and you can save it and share it with others in the Traeger community, which is pretty awesome. So down here we need to add a grill. Don't forget the red switch in the back. Red light. We got our illuminated power button. Let's go ahead and turn it on for the very first time, guys. An exciting moment. Ooh, baby, check it out. Welcome to your Traeger grill. It says hit connect with this temporary password. Connect. Connection successful. Look at that. Wi-Fi access point. Device connected. Alright, let's go ahead and pick our controller, which is that one, and we're going to add the Ironwood 885. We're going to agree to the terms. Router, home Wi-Fi, locate the code. I have a QR code, it's under the lid, so you lift it up, there's the code, and then there's the phone, and we scan the code. And then we enter the password for the Wi-Fi, which is capital none of your business. And it says connect to device. We're connecting to it. Connection successful. Verifying connection. Sending password to the grill. Waiting for IP address. Is it doing it here? Yeah, it actually says it there as well. Downloading files, updates, so it looks like it's connected. So on the phone it says finalizing connection. Nickname your grill. That's an important part. Let's go with, oh, there it goes right there. So we are logged in. We are Mooch Life. It's showing the thermometer, probe temperature, and the temperature inside the grill. And then if we wanted to go through all these tabs, there's your grill, the recipe, you can shop, Traeger TV, all kinds of cool stuff. You got one grill, you can search for recipes. How cool is that? I didn't even know you could do that. I thought it was just about controlling the grill. Like if you wanted to like search a recipe, you could just type in whatever. You can type in steak. And then look, there's all kinds of different, like, okay, steak, smoked, boom. And then here's a bunch of different like recipes. And you can go through there and it'll tell you exactly how to do it. Pick on one, maybe some barbecue tomahawk steaks. And we click on it. And then it says make now, and if you click on it, I'm pretty sure it's going to put the settings on the grill for you so that it knows the temperature and how long to smoke it for, and you just follow it from here. And I'm pretty sure you can like upload your own recipes to the community and they can like it and share it. So that is it, man. So that's that. We can do recipes, grill. This is our current status on the grill. How cool is that? And you can control this as long as the unit is connected to your Wi-Fi. You can use this anywhere. Your phone doesn't have to be on Wi-Fi. You can actually be like at work or at the grocery store, and you can change the temperature and settings and everything right from your phone. It just uses your data when you're not on your Wi-Fi, just like, you know, internet. So once we do our first recipe on the grill, we'll actually use this app to do it, and we'll go through like there's you know, don't quote me because I'm not certain because I'm new to this, guys, but it has like alarms you can set for like your thermometer, or you can use like a timer or a desired temperature, and then it'll push notification to your phone so that you can, you know, keep on trucking. So pretty neat. Now that we have set up successfully our Wi-Fi, I think it is now time to season this guy for the first time. And I just realized too, we still got a little bit of tape we need to get off, so let's do that. Alright guys, we're gonna get our Traeger signature blend. It's hickory, maple, and cherry. We're gonna open these up and pour them into the hopper and get this thing seasoned so we can start grilling. How cool is that, guys? Got some pellets in there for the first time. Check it. Wake up the grill. It's already on because we downloaded the app. Menu, main menu, auger, prime auger. So we go turn our knob to auger, prime auger. Auger priming, 2 minutes, 19 seconds. If you listen closely, I'll put the microphone down there. You can hear it spinning. And so what it's doing right now, guys, is the auger, it's a, you know, a cylinder with some like a, you know, it's like a big screw basically. It's feeding pellets from the box across to the middle of the unit down there so that it puts it in the little fire pot, and that's where it'll ignite and make your beautiful smoky fire. So it'll take a couple minutes for that, so we'll see when that's done and we'll go to the next step. So now that our priming's complete, we'll click done, and then we will do our next step here, which says press dial to set temp. We'll turn it clockwise to 350 and press the dial, and then we will press ignite, close the grill door, and run for 20 minutes once it has reached the set temperature. So it'll be like 25 minutes or so. So we're gonna do that now. So we're gonna turn this thing up to 350 like it says. Cool, press the button, and then it says press ignite to start. What a moment right here, guys. For the first time ever, we're gonna ignite the Ironwood 885. So as it's igniting here, the coil in there is going to heat up and get hot enough to ignite the pellets so they start burning, which will essentially be a fire, because that's what we're doing here. We're burning pellets. Indirect heat, smoke fills the box, circulates through the box with convection. And this one thing on these Ironwood series I wanted to show you guys was these units used to have a chimney. It had a spout that came out of the top of the unit. Now it uses this Traeger downdraft exhaust, which is supposed to be a more efficient way to cycle through all your smoke. So this is where your smoke will escape. Down on the bottom left hand side underneath our shelf, I didn't show this in the last video actually, is our Traeger bucket, and it has tin liners, but that black square hole that it's hanging from, that is your grease escape nozzle, if you will. So when your drippings get on the grease tray, they'll slide down and go into that bucket. Ooh, it just got louder. What's going on here? Ooh, I can smell it. It smells so wonderful already, guys. I'd say she's lit, guys. What do you think of that? Now, I do want to note here, Traeger says, and they warn you, you do not use this thing inside. And as you can tell, I'm kind of like on the edge of my little garage door here. That's because of the weather. I wouldn't typically do it like this, but got like some space between the sides. If I feel like anything on my house is getting warm, I will move it, but there's a chance of rain, and I don't want this thing getting wet, especially before I even grill my first meal on it. So that's why I'm doing it here, just for filming purposes. So don't be grilling in your garage. It's not recommended by Traeger. You can see here the temperature starting to climb. Pretty quick too, actually, so that's cool. It took about 10 minutes for it to get going. It says preheating. So the coil must heat up or whatever, I'm guessing. Enough for the pellets to start to spark, and then once it detects that the heat is rising quicker, it changes its little message here from igniting to preheating. So I'm assuming once it gets to 350, it's gonna stop saying preheating and it'll say ready to grill or something along those lines. So alright, so once we get to 350, it's gonna be 20 minutes. We'll see you after that. It took about 15 minutes for it to reach 350 degrees. The directions in the manual say to let it run like that for 20 minutes. It has been 20 minutes, so now the next step is we're gonna crank this guy up to 500 degrees for an additional 20 minutes. So let's go do that. So we're just gonna crank this knob up to 500, and that's as high as it goes. So I figured this would be a good time while it's heating up for 500 degrees for the final 20 minutes of seasoning the grill. Like, I haven't really talked about like what the deal is with a Traeger. Why did I buy it, and like what are we doing here? If you're clueless and you don't know, this is a wood pellet grill. I showed you that obviously, but there's a reminder. So what we're doing here is we're burning wood on a grill using electricity. So there's the plug right there. So this is not a propane grill. It is not a charcoal grill. It is a wood pellet grill, and what it essentially does, I'll be generic kind of about it if you're actually clueless on Traegers and you're trying to learn, and that's why you're here on this video. There's an auger inside this box. The box has the pellets. The auger pushes it into the middle. In the middle of the grill at the bottom, there is a fire pot. So it's like, I'm assuming, an electric coil of some sort that gets superheated, but it'll actually ignite the pellets, and the pellets burn. That's what creates the pellet level low. Oh, how about that? Well, I better put some more in. Well, that was pretty cool. So you saw that live action here. So that's the Ironwood comes with that should do it. So the Ironwood comes with this little light on the inside, and that is a pellet sensor. It can tell when the pellets are low, and it reminds you to put it in. It will actually do that on the app as well. Not every unit has that built in, but you can buy it for other units that don't have it. This one happens to have it. So back to my original game plan. So it tells you right on the mat what it's able to do: grill, smoke, bake, roast, braise, barbecue. So grilling, I'm not going to open the gate because I just want it to keep heating up. I don't want to let all the heat out. But the grate sits at its primary spot, but once it's open, you can actually lower it to what they call the sear level, you know, the below where it normally sits. It gets closer to the heat, and even though it's still indirect heat, you can still sear on it. Now I'm gonna test that out because I'm kind of like on the fence on how good I believe that to be. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna work, but like, how well is it gonna work? I want to be the judge of that, getting some good crusty sear marks on our meat when we're cooking like some steaks that are gonna be like tender cuts of beef that are made to be cooked fast and high heat. So when we do that, we'll just essentially crank the box all the way to 500 degrees like we are right now, and then we're gonna put steaks on the grill and grill them, you know. So that is our grilling. Secondly, it's smoke. So the main reason why I wanted this thing is because it is a smoker, and smoking meat is the big hunks of meat that aren't typically tender when you were to cut them thin and put them on the grill, aka brisket, aka Boston butts. You put them on there, you try to slice them thin and grill them, you're going to be left with a non-tender piece of meat. We want tender meat, so those cuts are made to be made like picnic style in bulk to feed a lot of people, and you're going to be doing that in a manner that's low and slow, and that's how you create tender meat for that. So when you do low and slow, you can do things like that in a crock pot, you can do things like that in an oven. But when you do it with a Traeger or any you know, you've seen videos I had before, we use this master build electric smoker here, which is similar to this in ways, but it's different in a lot of ways, and we're going to be going over that as well in future videos on this food playlist. Is that when you can add smoke flavor to the food, you get that outdoor, rustic, primitive type food that is cooked over a fire like the cavemen did it, like our ancestors did it before there were stoves and ovens and such, that you were to cook things with burning wood on an open fire, and this will infuse that type of flavor into your meat. So that might be like obvious to some, but to some it may not be, and that is the number one reason why I wanted this grill, because I want smoky flavor, but it's also the future. It's like, you don't have to buy charcoal, use lighter fluid and different things to ignite it and have uneven cooking surfaces. This thing uses convection, so it's a forced fan. You can hear it running, obviously. Get the microphone under here, and you can hear that blowing. If you come to the back of the unit, where I was explaining earlier about this downdraft exhaust, if you put your hand up to it, you can actually feel the force of the heat coming out. So it's blowing the heat out as it goes. So what it does is, paired with this cylinder barrel shape, which is like infamous in the barbecue community, and you add this convection, this forced heat, it's circulating around your meat in a manner that would be considered pretty much perfect, and will encase the smokiness into your meat in a perfect manner, versus one of these units. I don't want to give away too many details, but we'll do a side-by-side comparison in the future. But this unit is way worse than this one at doing its vital functions, and that's why I kind of bought this instead of just saying, yeah, I'm happy with this unit. So this price point for this bad boy here is 4 figures. You know, it was, you know, you saw the price tag in the last video. It was, or 2 videos ago, it was like $1,500. This thing's only like 300, so there's a big difference in price, but you're getting a big difference in quality as well. And those are some of the things I want to go over later on in these food playlist vlogs. So you know, you can bake. If you notice on there, you got some pizza, so you can actually bake pizzas on this grill. I'm sure there'll be recipes right on the Traeger app. We'll have to go over that. You can roast things, you can braise, put your cast iron skillet in there and add your juices, and you can slow simmer some tough cuts of meat like some beef short ribs and barbecue, which is essentially just grilling / smoking, and you're adding your awesome rubs and sauces on there. Get that sticky, beautiful thing of beauty when it comes to barbecue, technical barbecue, adding all those flavors that are infamous and created in the likes of Texas and Tennessee, and we got Memphis and all that stuff. So we're gonna be dabbling in some homemade sauces and stuff like that. You know, in between all that type of stuff, you know, those are pretty much all the features. You know, it's this future of grilling. You know, it gives you the primitive taste, but the luxury of having this set it and forget it Wi-Fi. You know, put your pellets in and you're done, and it feeds it for you. You know, I did a brisket on this video a couple videos back. You can check it out. I'll link it. Where do you link it? Right here, right here. And the brisket was like, I was basically up all night adding the chips to the smoker. This thing, it's like you throw the pellets in there and it'll just cook for you. It'll notify your phone when it's time, so you can actually overnight cook on this thing, as long as you do it safely and put the grill in a safe area with the right weather and it's not going to storm all night on it, stuff like that. And you're going to be able to set it and forget it. You can wake up and continue cooking. You know, where this thing, like, I had to literally set my alarm clock like every hour on the hour to get out and add more wood chips, because, you know, this hopper you saw will hold like 10 pounds of burning fuel, where like this thing, for example, holds this little bit of wood that you slide in here. So basically in about a half an hour or less, that smoke gets used and it's time to add more smoke. So if you're going to do something like a heavy piece of meat that takes hours upon hours and hours, and you're trying to have a meal time in the early afternoon, early evening, you have to smoke in the middle of the night. And when you're doing that, you're in trouble because you can't sleep. So this thing, you can sleep. So that's another awesome feature. It has this mode called Super Smoke Mode, and not every unit has it, but this one does. So if you hit that button, it will like double your smoke per se and give you an extra smoky flavor on your meat. You can't use it at every temperature range. It's got to be like below 225 for that to function. I guess it's known in the barbecue community that these pellets and the wood chips and stuff, they don't burn and produce smoke well at temperatures that are like over 225. So that's something I've learned. If you go above that, then like the wood burns obviously, but it doesn't like produce the good smoke that you want apparently. So drop a comment below what you guys think about these pellet burning barbecue units. I can't wait to use it, and I've been rambling long enough, so let's go ahead and finish her up. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video. I appreciate it if you do. Go ahead and follow me. We're gonna do some epic cooking here on this grill. I'm gonna get real creative and come up with some goofy recipes for this smoker. So with that being said, I'm Mooch. This is Mooch Life. Peace out.